14 hours. 1 gun. 3 hostages. March 2022, Tennessee. A standoff that will test every limit of law enforcement. 1 month later, California. A bank robber. 1 witness. A split-second decision. 2 cases. 2 different states. 1 question. When there's no time left to think, what do you do? Case 1. On March 10, 2022, at approximately 5:20 p.m. in Covington, Tennessee, police received a call reporting a disturbance at Dean Tax Office on Highway 51. 2 minutes later, the call was escalated to armed subject with hostages.
911, where's your emergency?
I need to go to Dean's Tax Service. This guy got a gun pointed at my cousin at Dean's Tax Service here on 51 Highway.
Okay, we've got him on the way, okay? Okay.
Open this door! Open this door! Open this door!
Officers from the Covington Police Department were the first to arrive on scene at 5:30 p.m. The office door had been locked from the inside. Officers discovered that Felix Tyler, 42, was holding 3 hostages inside. Pamela Dean, owner of the tax office, a female employee, and the employee's child. Officers repeatedly ordered Tyler to open the door. Approximately 30 minutes after officers arrived, the female employee and child were able to escape after Tyler moved to another area of the office. Pamela Dean remained held hostage. The Tipton County Sheriff's Office tactical team was called to the scene. A sniper positioned himself on top of a vehicle approximately 50 yards from the building. Through his scope, the sniper observed Tyler holding a gun in his right hand and arguing with the hostage. The hostage negotiation team attempted to establish communication with Tyler. Pamela Dean was able to call officers outside, providing information about the situation inside. According to Sheriff Shannon Beasley, Tyler repeatedly stated that he would kill the hostage and declared that no one would make it in or out alive. At approximately 12:40 a.m. on March 11th, Tyler cut off all communication with authorities. Officers began deploying tear gas in an attempt to rescue the hostage. At approximately 5 a.m., the tactical team breached the building. Tyler opened fire. Deputy Gene Mulder of the tactical team was shot in the right arm and right torso. After the nearly 14-hour standoff, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation confirmed that Felix Tyler, 42, was fatally shot by officers. Deputy Gene Mulder underwent surgery and recovered at home. Pamela Dean was transported to the hospital for treatment of psychological trauma following 14 hours in captivity. Both remaining hostages were uninjured. At approximately 7 a.m., Tyler exited the room he had barricaded himself in for hours. The sniper had a clear shot. Tyler was taken down. Pamela Dean crawled out toward the deputies. Deputies once again entered the building and discovered Tyler was still alive. Additional shots were fired. Tyler was pronounced dead at the scene. After the nearly 14-hour standoff, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation confirmed that Felix Tyler, 42, was fatally shot by officers. Deputy Gene Mulder underwent surgery and recovered at home. Pamela Dean was transported to the hospital for treatment of psychological trauma following 14 hours in captivity. Both remaining hostages were uninjured. According to Sheriff Beasley in an official statement, if Deputy Mulder hadn't taken that round and our team hadn't made the split-second decisions they did during the rescue operation, that bullet would very likely have been intended for the hostage. Case 2. Interstate Bank Robbery Spree.
911.
They're robbing a bank.
Who is?
I don't know. Somebody is in the bank with a mask.
On April 7, 2022, at approximately 1:28 p.m. in Fontana, California, police received multiple 911 calls reporting an armed man robbing the Bank of America, located at 15,092 Summit Avenue. This marked the third bank robbery in the cross-country crime spree of Travis Shane Terrence, 45, spanning from Indiana to California. On November 15, 2021, Terrence robbed the Old National Bank on West 3rd Street in Bloomington, Indiana. Surveillance footage captured Terrence wearing a white mask and brandishing what appeared to be a black semi-automatic handgun. Terrence fled the scene in a 2005 Chevrolet Colorado pickup truck. One day later, a patrol officer spotted Terrence's vehicle on State Road 446. Officers confronted Terrence in the Fishin' Shed parking lot. During the arrest, Terrence resisted and attempted to grab a gun from an officer's holster. Officers searched the vehicle and recovered disguised clothing matching the robbery suspect's description, and a black BB gun consistent with the weapon used in the heist. Terrence was charged with armed robbery, attempting to disarm a law enforcement officer, and resisting law enforcement causing bodily injury. Bond was set at $15,000 surety and $1,500 cash. During a January 2022 preliminary hearing, Terrence was released on his own recognizance. Terrence failed to appear in court on February 15th. On February 28th, the probation department reported that Terrence had violated the terms of his pretrial release. A warrant was issued for his arrest. Surveillance video showed Terrence arriving in Western Marion on the afternoon of February 28, 2022. Terrence parked his Chevrolet Colorado pickup in a lot near People's National Bank on 17th Street and spent the night in the vehicle. Cameras captured Terrence exiting the vehicle only a few times to use the restroom at a nearby business establishment. On the morning of March 1st, before 11 a.m., Terrence drove to the bank. Terrence entered People's National Bank wearing a Jabberwocky-style mask and brandishing what appeared to be a black semi-automatic handgun. Terrence robbed the bank and fled Marion. The Marion Police Department posted on Facebook about the Chevrolet Colorado pickup used in the robbery. The Bloomington Police Department recognized it as the same vehicle from the November heist. Authorities identified Terrence and issued a warrant for his arrest on March 29th. Between March 13th and 27th, Terrence's vehicle had been spotted in Southern California. At 1:28 p.m. on April 7, 2022, the Fontana Police Department and California Highway Patrol Inland Division Communications Center received multiple 911 calls reporting a man robbing the Bank of America at 15,092 Summit Avenue. Bank of America Corporate Security also called to confirm. Witnesses reported the suspect had fled the bank through the parking lot toward the Wendy's restaurant at 15,110 Summit Avenue. Fontana police officers were conducting training in the area and responded immediately. Officers arrived at the Bank of America at 1:32 p.m. and confirmed the robbery. Dispatch broadcast the description. White male, approximately wearing a black mask exposing only the eyes, plain gray long-sleeve t-shirt, blue jeans, black handgun. Witnesses reported the suspect had gone inside Wendy's. One witness, an off-duty police officer, was eating at Wendy's and recognized Terrence. The witness observed Terrence standing near the window, then walking toward the counter. When Terrence looked up and the two made eye contact, Terrence turned and ran back into the restaurant. The witness alerted customers and officers outside. He just walked into the store. Oh my God. You guys, there's cops outside with guns. Terrence ran out the back door of Wendy's and into a dumpster enclosure area with fencing on the northwest side of the restaurant. Officers established a perimeter around the fenced area. Officers commanded Terrence to surrender repeatedly. "Let me see your hands! Put your hands up now! It's not worth it!" Terrence refused to comply for several minutes. After a few minutes, Terrence emerged from the fenced area. Terrence was holding a black handgun in his right hand, with both arms raised in a shooting stance aimed directly at the officers positioned on the hill above. Officers Sane, DeLeon, Gossert, Dokes, and Nasser opened fire. Terrence was struck and pronounced dead at the scene. Following the incident, the California Department of Justice confirmed that Travis Shane Terrence, 45, of Spencer, Indiana, was fatally shot by Fontana police officers in an officer-involved shooting. The weapon recovered was an air pistol designed to replicate a Beretta M92 FS semi-automatic handgun, not a real firearm. Terrence had 2 outstanding felony warrants from outside California: armed robbery and disarming a law enforcement officer. Terrence also had a criminal history including a stalking conviction and had been released from the Indiana Department of Correction in September 2021. The Marion Police Department closed their investigation into the People's National Bank robbery. The Bloomington Police Department also confirmed Terrence as the suspect in the November 2021 Old National Bank heist. According to Fontana Police Chief Billy Green in an official video statement, officers had been training in the area and responded within minutes. The witness recognizing Terrence at Wendy's was critical in preventing further casualties. Both of these cases illustrate the complex challenges law enforcement faces when handling armed suspect situations. From hours-long armed hostage standoffs to multi-state manhunts for suspects, body camera footage from both incidents provides a first-hand look at the difficult split-second decisions officers must make in critical moments. Decisions that can mean the difference between life and death.